All right, so in this video today, we're going to be looking at some of the common mistakes that people tend to do when taking this test route. This is one of West Wickham test routes. So the test center is going to be a bit further down. When you come to the end of this road, the test center is a bit further down. So we're going to start from here today. So we're going to be turning left at the end of this road. Again, we begin with good observations, signal, final check to right, and then begin to move off. Now, you're coming to the end of this road here. We're going to be turning left. Check your mirrors, put the left signal. Now, again, you need to be careful at this point because sometimes you get instructors standing at the edge of the corners here, which sometimes can cause some bit of obstruction. But at the same time, once you turn left onto this road, I don't know if you can see, but it's a bit of a tight sort of road. So you need to try, if you're coming a bit too fast, you could end up running into a car which is coming down that narrow sort of road. So you need to do a good observation before you rush to march onto this road. Check again, even on the right side, if you can see, you've got cars pretty much blocking the view. It's a bit of a blind junction, so you can't really see very much. So you need to come in very slow, good observations, and then start to creep as you peep until you can see pretty much clear what's happening, and then you can fully merge onto this road. Again, once you turn, you need to keep looking out because it's a bit too narrow. Cars come in, and then it's a bit of a potential meeting situation there. And then at the end of the road, we're going to be turning right. We're going to be turning right at the end. Check your mirrors, put the right signal, and then again, position on the right side, just a bit left of the center. The road is quite wide, so the left side would be for traffic turning left. If you're coming to turn right, you need to try and keep as far right as possible. And then again, it's a bit of a blind junction. We can't really see much, so as you come out, you need to be looking out for cars which are coming behind the parked cars. And then at the traffic lights, we're going to be turning left. Again, when you come to pull up, when you come to stop in slow moving traffic, make sure that you don't end up stopping too close to the cars in front. Maintain tires and tarmac. You should be able to see tires and a bit of the road. Again, check your mirrors, put the signal. Now there's a keep clear sort of sign ahead. Try and keep that bit clear. Don't stop in that keep clear sign. Okay, and then it's clear. Check your mirrors, center and left. then you've got the right of way over those cars on the right side. Just have to look out for any potential pedestrian that could possibly be crossing the road as you're turning left, but you still have the right of way. But again, it's safe. If somebody's crossing, you would need to stop and wait for them. Again, try and keep clear. Well, now again, this is the high street. It gets a bit too busy, so you need to try and avoid blocking junctions on the left. Keep clear signs clear. Keep way off. Okay, again, traffic lights change. Check your mirrors left and right. Again, you can see there's a person opening the door ahead. Make sure that you don't park too close to the parked cars. Don't maintain a reasonable distance from the parked cars, so that if somebody was to open the door, they should be able to get out of the car safely. And then continue coming. Again, don't get too close to the cars in front. The traffic lights keep changing, so pedestrians crossing. Look out for pedestrians. Don't get too close. Cars opening the doors. Again, make sure that you don't end up too close to those parked cars. Leave enough gap so that if somebody was to open the door, they can still be able to get out. Traffic lights, make sure you don't run the red lights. Keep it clear. Now the next roundabout, we're going to be taking the first exit on the left. So again, we're going to check your mirrors first with the left signal, and then now ahead, again, there are two lanes, but there's no line demarcating the two lanes. Try and keep it as left as possible. Look on your right, make sure it's clear. And then as you merge, again, try and keep it left so that you leave enough room on the right side for the cars to proceed. Then you continue. Try and cancel your signal, otherwise cars coming from the left side, they may think you're turning left. That could be confusing. Again, cars ahead, look out, they might end up pulling out in front of you. Just be more aware, mindful of that situation. Again, coming to the traffic lights, we're going straight ahead. So in this case, clutch goes down, okay, lights are green, and then we can go. So it's green for cars going straight, but red for cars turning right. So again, don't end up stopping at the green lights. That's another mistake which people tend to do. They end up stopping thinking that the red light is for them, yet it's for cars which are coming to turn right. And then again, you've got a bus lane on a cycle lane on the left side. Try and keep well clear of the cycle lane. Parked cars on the left, again, keep well clear of the parked cars, maintaining a reasonable distance. And then we're going to take the next road on the left, checking your mirrors first, center and left signal. It can be a bit tight sometimes, but slow down a bit so that you can try and drop that gear number 2, and then coming in, and then take the turn nice and slow. Then this one is a 20. So now that's a junction there, but here you got the right of way. You don't need to be stopping. And then the next one, we're going straight ahead, but on this one we have to stop. So clutch goes down, braking gently, pretty much stop the car, back to gear number 1, have a good look. Now there's a car which is coming on the left side, give way to that car, and then if it's clear, then you merge, and then turning left at the end. Now there's a bit of a hill at this point when you're turning. Again, you need to be careful not to avoid stalling the car. Try and use the handbrake so that you can, so once you stop at this point, use the handbrake, get the car, prepare the car, and then move off safely without, because that's another, people tend to stall at that junction very often. And then you're turning right, check your mirrors, and avoid cutting this corner as you're turning right. It's tight, so you need to avoid cutting that corner. And then they may ask you to pull up here, check your mirrors, put the left signal, and again avoid trying to keep the driveways clear. So when you pull up here, they may ask you to pull up fairly close to the car in front. So when you're going to move off, you're going to use, it's going to be an angle start, making sure that you don't get too close to that car. So again, good clutch control, check your mirrors, put the signal, final check, try to move very slow using the clutch, turning quickly, keep nice and slow, good clutch control. And then once you've gone out enough, turn it back, making sure that you don't end up too far onto the right side, but making sure that you maintain the car. Again, the main thing is trying to control that speed. Clutch control, don't let go off the clutch too quick. Okay, and then we're coming to turn right at the mini roundabout. Again, this is a bit of a blind one, so we can't really see much. We're gonna have to come in nice and slow and drop it back to number one. Check your mirrors, put the right signal, and then come in nice and slow, drop it back to gear number one. Try to lean forward, make sure that you can have a good look on the right until it's clear. Then you pull out. And then the next one is, we're going straight, pretty much that's an open one, it looks clear. Then we can continue. Now there's a car ahead which seems to be okay, he's pulling up, then we can continue. And then the next mini roundabout, we're going straight. Again, this one is a bit of a closed one, so you'd be coming in nice and slow, clutch going down, dropping it back to number one, have a good look to your right, make sure there's nothing coming, and then you proceed. And then continue. Again, it's getting a bit narrow, so try to look out for cars coming from the other side. If you have to stop, then you have to give way. Okay, a parked cars on the left side, trying to maintain a reasonable distance. Don't get too close to the parked cars. Turning right at the end, checking the mirrors first, right signal, and then again, when you come to this junction here, again, it's a bit of a blind one because you can't really see much what's coming off. There's a van on the right side, so it causes the obstruction, so we can't really see. You have to come out slowly, leaning forward, again, pip and creep, nice and slow, until you can be able to have a good view of what's coming in from your right, and then you can proceed. Again, they may ask you to pull up on this road here. Now there's a mini roundabout coming up. Now this mini roundabout, again, is a bit of it's one of them closed ones. We'll have to keep it nice and slow as you're coming in. So to look out, clutch goes down, drop it back to gear number one, coming in very slow, looking to your right, making sure that there's nothing coming, and then proceed. And then we continue approaching that bend, and then we're turning right at this one. Again, a bit of a closed one, so check your mirrors, center and right, put the right signal. Now there's a car which is coming from the opposite direction. Now he's gone, that means we have to slow down, look to your right, there's a car coming on the right side, so you wait for that car, and then once the car is gone, then you can proceed, trying to go around that circle, try and avoid crossing that circle there. That one's, it's a bit of a tight one actually. You might probably cut a little bit of the circle towards the end, but not right across in the middle. And then turning left at the traffic lights. Again, mirrors first, signal. Now we shall come in and position in this around here. And then, so cars coming from the right side. Now once you begin to, okay, so you're waiting here, lights are still red. Okay, and then, so once you move off, make sure that there are no cars coming from the right side here as you turn left. And then again, there's a cycle lane on the left, try and keep clear the cycle lane. Again, these parked cars, they tend to be a bit busy, so try not to get too close to them. Maintain a reasonable gap, trying to keep that cycle lane a bit clear. And then again, traffic lights, try and look out for the traffic lights so you don't end up running the red lights. And then at the roundabout, we're going to be turning left, first exit, sign posted for Addington. Now on this one, there are 3 lanes. We're going to be using the left lane, check your mirrors, put the left signal, and then slowing down, dropping it back to gear number 2, and then keeping it in the left lane, looking to your right, looks clear, then you proceed. Again, a zebra crossing there, look out for pedestrians that would be crossing. This one is a 30, so try and maintain good progress. Make sure you don't end up too close. Again, another zebra crossing coming up. Again, making sure that, because sometimes there are there are school kids around this area, so you need to look out for them if they're waiting at the zebra crossings. Now we're approaching, and then we're approaching a bit of a hill. Again, as you're coming up this hill, you need to be mindful. The car might start slowing down a bit too much, so if the car is slowing down too much and you feel you're struggling, try and drop your gear back to gear number 2 so that you can try and maintain progress. But sometimes if you come in with a good momentum, you can still make it in gear number 3 without any problems. And then, yeah, then you're following a bend. So there's a bend coming up, so just try and again ease off as you go around the bend. Keep it nice and slow, not too fast. Just looking out as you go around the bend, and then it clears up, gets a bit more straight, and then they may ask you to pull up on the left here. Again, check your mirrors, put the left signal. Now there's a cycle lane on this which runs all the way, so we can pull up on the left. Yeah, there's a cycle lane, but again, they ask you to pull up. You can pull up in the cycle lane. And then we're ready to move off. Check your mirrors, put the signal, and then do your final check, and then move off. Now at the next roundabout, we're going to be turning left, signposted for turning left towards West Addington. So again, you can see the roundabout. So there are two lanes approaching this roundabout. So check your mirrors, center and left signal, and then try to keep it in the left lane, slowing down, dropping it to number 2, approaching, checking, looks clear, and then proceed. Now, once you turn, this is still a 30. Mistake people tend to do, they end up overspeeding because we're coming towards a 40-mile zone. But at this point, we're still doing 30, so keep your speed up. Keep your speed under control. Keep your speed at 30. And then, once we get to the 40 starts around here, that's when you begin to pick up the speed. And again, approaching traffic lights, just trying to start slowing down so that you don't have to slam the brakes a bit towards the last minute. Nice and slow, gently braking, and then you stop, maintaining tires and tarmac. And then you prepare to move off. Okay, so approaching the next roundabout, we're going to be turning left, directions for West Wickham. Now these are 3 lanes. Check your mirrors first, center and left, put your left signal. You're going to maintain the car in the left lane, but try and keep away from the bus. That's a bus stop, bus stand. Keep away from the bus stand, nice and slow. Good observation, start looking around, start looking out, looking clear, then you merge onto the roundabout. And then once you turn, again, you've got traffic lights here, so make sure that you don't end up running the lights. Again, this is still 30, so try and maintain progress, try and maintain the speed. Then at the next roundabout, we're going straight ahead, second exit, directions for West Wickham. Again, slowing down, nice and slow, and then dropping your gears back to number 2, and then you look into your right. There's a car coming on the right. I would stop and wait for those cars coming from your right. And then if it's clear, no, there's one coming. Okay, now it looks clear, then we can go. Now, once you move off here, you need to try and keep as left as possible because there are two lanes. So try and keep it left. Then left signal comes on in the middle of the first exit, and then you exit the roundabout. That's another common mistake people tend to sort of, if you don't turn enough, so you end up, if you go straight, you end up into the right lane. So you need to try and keep it left so that you leave enough room for cars coming in the right lane. Now this is still a 40-mile zone. So try and maintain the car at a good speed. Keep it at 40. So this is again, it's quite open, so just try and make sure you keep an eye on your speed, not too fast but not too slow at the same time, just the right speed, 40 miles an hour. Then at the next roundabout, we're going to be going straight ahead, directions for Bromley. So again, this is going to be one lane. It's wide enough, but it's going to be one lane, so we just keep it in the center of the lane. Begin by slowing down, tapping the brakes gently. Once the speed goes down, then you would drop your gear. Number 2, looking out for cars. Okay, in this case, we've got cyclists coming on the right. And then once it's clear, you merge. Again, try and keep it a bit left signal, and then exit the roundabout. And then this looks clear. Continue. And then the next roundabout, we're going to be turning left, directions for Croydon and West Wickham. Check your mirrors, center and left. Again, there's a cycle lane there. Try and avoid going through the cycle lane. Wait until you've gone past the cycle lane, then get the car into the left-hand lane. Looking out on the right, make sure there's nothing coming. Okay, there's a car, so the car's coming on the right, so just wait for them. And then once it's clear, then you go. Then again, we maintain the speed at 30 miles here. And then we're going to take the next left. Now this left turn, again, if you're coming to turn left here, be mindful if you got any cyclists trying to turn, if you got any cyclists close to the turning point, don't overtake the cyclists. If you're coming to turn left, and then take the turn, and then once you turn left here, we've got a bend coming up. So as you go around this bend, again, try and keep it slow, otherwise you end up in the wrong position here. Just nice and slow. Just go around the bend, try and keep it a bit left. As you go around that bend, try and keep it a bit left. And then you pull up on the left. This is going to be the end of our test strut. We'll end up here.